What up, YouTube? This is a call out from Lamar Fashion on my Johnny Lightning collection. Here you go, buddy. No, it's not all loose, but we're going to take a close, in-depth look at my Johnny Lightning collection. All different series through the years. A lot of these are vintage, road trip, and just a billion different things. We got the Dukes of Hazzard's, almost a complete collection on card. Monopoly spoilers, customized. Zingers, 13 customs. And of course, Boogie Vans, man, the Boogie Vans. You can't have a Johnny Lightning collection without the Boogie Vans. Stock cars, 60s Sizzlers, license plate series. Did I mention the Calendar Girls? Yeah, we got the full collection of Calendar Girls. Projects in progress. 007, James Bond cars. Some of these are extremely hard to find. Other movie cars. Showstoppers. We're going to look at all these a whole lot closer so you can actually see the details. And then there's the actual loose collection of Johnny Lightnings, comprising about 300 cars on the wall. We're going to take a nice close-up look at all of these awesome vehicles as the video progresses. Oh, and don't think that's all. Check out these boxes. 5 massive boxes filled with more Johnny Lightning cars, all in the package. Probably about 60 cars per box. Tons and tons of Johnny Lightnings, road trips, everything. Very rare cars, the plastic series. Let's just zoom in on one just for a second. How about that? When are you going to find one of those in your local store these days? Not very often. Or how about a nice chromy old car? Big old chrome Hudson. How about one or two of these? 71 Ford Mavericks. Oh, I've got about 10 of them. And yes, I have started collecting some of the new Johnny Lightnings. I just haven't gotten around to reviewing them yet. I love the packaging so much though, it's hard to open them up. And actually it's hard to buy them because there's just so many to collect, different colors. You don't know which ones exactly to get. But anything is better than nothing when it comes to Johnny Lightning. So Lamar, I didn't call out Travis by any means, but thank you for instigating me into this video. It has been long overdue. I haven't done a video on my Johnny Lightning collection in over 2 years, so you're right. I need to show my hardware, and we're going to look at it all right now. Let's start with the wall of loose Johnny Lightning. Granted, this only comprises about 20% of my total Johnny Lightning collection, as I love the card art and packaging that Johnny Lightning has had over the years so much that a lot of the cars I have are still in the packaging, which we'll look at closer in a moment. But for now, let's look at all these loose Johnny Lightnings that I did open up a little closer. There's just so many Johnny Lightnings to look at. I'm going to just start with one Plano case at a time, and hopefully I can just pan down through the case. I'm not going to go into detail about each and every model. If you have a question, feel free to ask me in the comments, but really I'm just doing this video to display all of the various Johnny Lightning cars that were produced over the last 15 years or so. None of these are brand new. These are all more vintage models that were produced in years past. So I will do my best to hold the camera steady while I try and do this panning of the cars. I may highlight some of the vehicles that I find extremely interesting, such as the Project in Progress cars and Demolition Derby cars. By far a two of my absolute most favorite series from the original Johnny Lightning. Actually, I gotta zoom in one here. This car, without licensing, is very similar to a Mad Max Interceptor patrol car. So that one is extremely hard to find. You cannot find that one on eBay. I've looked for years, can't find it. Very expensive car, if you did find it. Another really cool car, project in progress, the Grand National, and here it is, the same car. I'm just showing both sides of it here. Really cool. So there you go. Had to show that one. Lots of really cool cars in here. Sorry for being repetitive, but this is a collection of cars that I have gained over a period of years. It took me a long time to get all this stuff. Most of it was probably in the mid-2000s. Some of them were from eBay. A lot of these things were actually available in stores like Walmart. My time in Northern Ontario, these things were pretty easy to come by, which maybe they weren't in Southern Ontario, because there aren't nearly as many collectors up in the middle of nowhere. So I was fortunate at the time to be living in the north, and these things were being liquidated for some reason at Walmart's for $1.50 Canadian per car. In a lot of cases, like all those boxes I showed you already, every single one of those cars in there I didn't pay more than $1.50 Canadian for. That's about $1 US. And you're getting an all metal casting. That was before Johnny Lightning fell into the hands of RC2, where they turned them into plastic little pieces of crap. These are all mostly like the real metal versions here. There are a few RC2 models in here. I mean, they were still cool, but the quality had gone down sharply in that time period, a very short time period before they went belly up, and well, now they're back in the hands of a capable producer. So some really cool cars in there. I mean, check out that Derby car. Look at that thing. Just wonderful. The Caprice wagon. There's actually a couple of them. The Popeyes pub. The real McCoy with the big blown motor sticking out of the hood. And then all those hearses. Actually, that was around the time of the RC2. And they're alright. There were some alright cars in there. But some of them were just crap. Like, I don't even have them on my wall. They were so crappy. I just put them in a box and forgot about them. There's another MFP car, but this one's a Chevelle. Also very hard to find. It's a 1970 Chevelle. So if you're a Mad Max fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then the Nova. That's another really cool project in progress car, and that's the same car seen from both sides. Quite a few cars in there. Oh, that's not Johnny Lightning. Those are some random brands we'll have to get into at a later date. I don't want to explain it right now. Volkswagens, lots of Volkswagens. I mean, these cars are sorted by make and model. Check out that thing. Like, just awesome details. The whole Johnny Lightning collection. Hudson's, the Munster Mobile. Like, look at that thing. Isn't that cool? Oh, that one's sliding out of its area. And that is the collection. A lot of these packaged Johnny Lightning cars that I have out for display on the floor are not featured on the loose display wall. And the reason generally is because they're either far too valuable to open up, or I never got around to opening them up and then found out how valuable they are. Take, for example, the Dukes of Hazzard's cars. Many of these vehicles that you'll see here sell for well over $40 a car, and certain ones, such as White Lightning General Lee cars, can sell for well over $100 per car. There are also other reasons, such as that I just enjoyed the card work and artwork so much so that I didn't want to discard the packaging, and felt that maybe one day I would be able to display these openly on the wall alongside my other cars. Take, for example, these stock car legends, which feature the actual car in the background. I thought that was really cool. Project in progress. This is how the cars were featured in the package of the time. Pretty cool stuff. Most of these cars I opened up and you'll see on the wall. Johnny Lightning calendar car girls. I opened up all of these cars for my wall display and kept the duplicates that I had with the card work. So here they are. This is not a complete carded collection. Some duplicates. But I really like these cars loose, and at the time they were very abundant. Boogie Van Series. This is a collection of vans I purchased all at once from one seller years ago. I have a few of these opened up on the wall, but most of them are not. I would say maybe one or two of them are displayed loose. Oh, that's not a Boogie Van. That's the only Gold Series. 69 Chevy Blazer. You won't find that one loose on the wall either. Pretty cool patrol vehicle. But these Boogie Vans are definitely worth a closer look at. Really cool artwork on them. Amazing paint jobs. That one looks like it's slammed. Save the planet, man! Don't look to Trump for that. Have a nice day. Well, look to Trump for that. How about that? And then we've got the Stock Car Legends. This is an incomplete series here, but I do have some really cool cars to look at. These are actual authentic race cars from the years, featuring, of course, rubber tires, tons of detail, very accurate to the actual car, which is pictured above it, some featuring opening hoods, and just all around cool models. Check out this thing. Wow! The big old Pontiac Grand Prix from 1979. That has to be my favorite model here. And there she is, out on the racetrack, with the roof chopped off the top of it. And a Hearst Olds. This is a really nice one from the Muscle series, featuring Linda Vaughn, Miss Hearst Golden Shifter. And then we've got the 13 Customs. These cars are featured on the wall, so we won't look at them too closely because there's tons of them. I bought lots of these cars. And then the Zingers. These are actually being released once again by Johnny Lightning, which is pretty cool. They feature a jacked up rear axle, souped up engine sticking out of the hood, if there is even a hood present, and a muscle car as the format. Here's some classic James Bond 007 featured vehicles. Some of these are extremely rare. They are all very cool. We've got vehicles straight from the movie as best represented by Johnny Lightning. Got the van, and a big old police car. Pepper's Cruiser in Live and Let Die. Check out that thing. Sorry for the glare. And here's some more recognizable vehicles. Check out these things. They've got massive card art on them. Very collectible pieces. And again, I apologize for the glare. It's hard to see cars through all this goddamn plastic, but that is just the name of the game when you try and keep your cars on card. That's why I really open up a lot of them. X-Men movie cars, the Mummy. Let's not forget about the Customized series with a big old capital K. These cars are probably featured on the loose display wall, but just to give you an idea of the packaging of the time. Also, 60s Sizzlers. I think a lot of these cars are on the loose wall, maybe not all of them. You'll let me know if you watch the entire video, I guess. But really nice packaging. They came with a Matchbox style cardboard box with the actual car on them. Working Trucks and SUVs series. These ones featured an actual metal license plate from one of the 52 United States of America. Dirt Boy, that's probably one of my favorites. And Giddy Up. There's a Bronco. Oh, there's an absolute favorite for sure. The old Chevy Blazer, year one. And onto the spoilers. Much like the Zingers, but without the big jacked up rear axles, these featured some souped up cars, usually absent of a hood, and with a big blown motor sticking out the, well, engine bay, as well as some sort of racing paint job. Johnny Lightning's Dukes of Hazzard series. This featured just about every vehicle you could ever see in the latest movie version, as well as many from the televised series back in the day. This has got to be one of the most popular and most collected Johnny Lightning series of vehicles ever produced, and highly sought after. These are several years old now. I don't have a date on hand, but just a general overview here. We're going to zoom in and look at each and every one of these vehicles, as they are all astounding, because they are extremely hard to find nowadays. Believe it or not, I bought all of these cars locally at my Walmart, or I think Kmart at the time, and felt very fortunate to have found these cars. Had no idea what they were worth at the time. Was just being introduced to white Lightnings, and here's one right now before your eyes. And years later, I happened upon, hey, maybe I should try and fill in some of the few blanks that I have in this collection, as there are a few cars I'm missing, and realized that they were selling with bids for over like $100 American per car at times. Obviously there are some of the more popular models, but in general these cars are extremely hard to come by nowadays, and well, for good reason. They were limited production, limited to 10,000 or less. Very detailed movie cars in a very popular genre. So there you go. I didn't open those up for a very good reason. The card art is awesome, and it would be a sacrilege to discard a portion of that historical information with these cars. Road Trip USA. Each of these vehicles features a unique package with a unique accessory as well. So I have to do an overview of all these vehicles for you. This one has a speed limit sign, a guardrail, and a little critter, armadillo. Some of these cars are featured on my loose wall, but I thought you'd appreciate seeing them in their package as well. This one comes with gas pumps and the no parking sign. Got two of those. And the Lincoln Continental comes with a teepee and a cactus. Pretty cool car though. Over here we've got the Mustang with the gas pumps as well. And finally, the big old pickup truck, 50 Chevy pickup truck with a sign front or something, storefront. These are a pair of very rare classic gold collection vehicles. These are actually variations. We've got one with the black wheels. This was a brand new tool at the time. First release of this very popular big 59 Ford F-250 pickup truck. And here we have one with silver wheels. Opening hoods, all chromey, mirror tinted paint jobs on them. Very cool vehicles. Those were quite expensive. I think I paid about $25 a vehicle at the time. That was years ago. And here we have one of my all-time favorites, the 87 Chevy Monte Carlo. Expertly done. Looks absolutely wonderful. Really cool card art from the Muscle Cars collection. A new model as well. And here is a very similar vehicle, the 87 Buick Regal. This is a white Lightning, and this is a very valuable, very rare car, featuring the full white Lightning treatment, white base, white tires, white wheels, white interior. Really, really cool car. Could not open that one up. It's just a beautiful package as well. And I did buy a couple of these, the 73 Chevy Caprice wagon, project in progress. So you will see that one loose on the wall, but that's how the packaging comes. And now we'll look at my Showstoppers collection, featuring the Dodge A100s. These little pickup trucks are very cool. Lots and lots of details on them. Really nice packaging and card art, featuring the actual vehicle that they represent. Straight from magazine photo ops. and they could not be better detailed. They really couldn't be. I mean, they look exactly like the ones on the pictures. And for that reason, these ones are also not loose. Can you blame me? I mean, I like my loose cars, but there comes a point when the packaging is so cool and so vintage that you just can't bear to open them up. The Classic Plastic series represents 1/25th scale model vehicles, the plastic types that you would build and paint yourself. These are vintage model kits with their authentic replicated scaled down vintage boxes included with each vehicle. And of course the vehicles are all die cast with rubber tires. Really cool, representing the artwork as depicted from each of the respective model kits. And then we've got this car here. I don't think I have that one on the wall. It's really cool. Mayhem series. The Mopar Mayhem series. Got a few other randoms here. Volkswagen van. Wicked Wagon series, but really cool. We've got this Ford Mustang pursuit car. Highway Patrol from the Lightning County Patrol series. Pony Power. Really well detailed car. Hard one to find. American Glory. I think all of these cars are represented on the loose wall, except for that Jeep. So we'll just skim through these. 65 Shelby Cobra Daytona. Kind of a little bit of a gaudy paint job in my opinion. Yes, it's very patriotic, but kind of goofy looking on these cars. Other than the Chevy, the flames look cool. Oh, and the Monopoly series. This was a peg warmer back in the day. You couldn't see these things selling at all. I didn't even buy them myself, although the models are cool. The paint jobs are very Monopoly-ish. You get some useless Monopoly money. But once the price dropped from $3.95 to $1.99 Canadian, I said, heck, why not? I'll buy some Monopoly vehicles. So here they are. Chances are you might see these on the wall because I don't think they're overly collectible. And I surely open them up without hesitation.